We are feeding peanut hay today because even though we should still have at least a month and a half, 2 months left of good pasture growth, even in the fall, it's warm enough here that we should have good pasture, but we have not had any rain in over 2 months now, so we're having to feed hay now. Now, without rain, everything is just withered. You can see that everything is so incredibly dry. Even the clover down here is barely alive. Just everything is completely dead. It looks like the Sahara out here. And we have really not grazed this hardly at all, but it simply has just died off and hasn't grown because we haven't had any water. Now, if you're ever wondering why grass-fed and grass-finished beef and pasture-raised pork, why that costs more than regular beef or pork, is because when we have a drought, we don't just go out and feed corn and soybeans to make up the difference. We have to go out and buy hay, or peanut hay in this case, to make up the difference, to try to make sure that our regenerative farm stays on track. Now, candidly, peanut hay is not my favorite hay to be giving cows, just in general, but it's hard to beat due to how much protein it has in it. It does have quite a bit of dirt in it, and sometimes it can be sprayed, but for a lot of this peanut hay, it's been sitting for quite some time, and a lot of those chemicals have likely dissipated. So in the grand scheme of things, it's hard to find hay in general that hasn't been sprayed. We do our best, but sometimes we have to give a roll of peanut hay just to really up that protein, especially during drought times like this, to allow our cows to get the nutrients that they need. The peanut hay also breaks down very quickly, so whatever they trample or don't eat, it breaks down and creates some really, really good soil. So peanut hay is not a bad thing in and of itself. We just try not to get too much of it in any given time and over the course of the winter. Regenerative agriculture isn't a perfect process. Sometimes with droughts and other things, you have to do things maybe a little different than you'd normally do, but that's what it's all about. It's about trying to find ways to make it as good as possible, give back to the land, have the animals grazing on as much natural things as they can, and then feeding that product to customers who know that it is the best possible. For more information on regenerative agriculture, follow us at Purpose Driven Homestead.